Hello, everybody. What is up? What is good? It's your boy Ray, and yeah, we're discussing One Piece. You guessed it. And yeah, without further ado, we're just going to be discussing One Piece chapters 1113 and 1114. But yeah, let's get it. One Piece chapter 1113, Stalemate. The mind of a genius, the world's largest brain, Punk Records. And then we're back to the broadcast. Now then, while my coffee could use more time to cool, it's probably safe to assume that we've given people sufficient time to set up their video transponder snails. T minus 30 seconds, Stella. I'm getting nervous. We'll be broadcasting to the entire world. It continues to live even after your death, says Marcus. Is this your true self, Vegapunk? And then, Jesus Christ. Punk Records. That's basically the part of Dr. Vegapunk's head that was cut off. The machines are keeping it alive. As Marcus says, then again, what is death to something like this? Is your consciousness even housed here? I wonder. Indeed, this footage will eventually reach the entire world, says the recording. I take pride in that connection, but sharing this is also a great burden. Oh, Marcus is about to stamp on it. We know what happens. No way. Oh, Syrup Village, Usopp's hometown, the East Blue. No way. You don't have one. Kai-san? We thought you'd be the one person in the village who would. Do you realize how big transporter snails are? Mary, it's rather larger than your average house pet. Now, allow me to fetch the tea. Now back to Kaya. Dr. Vengapunk is a legend in the medical field, too, you know? And now there's Usopp's boys, Onion, Carrot, and Pepper. I know all about it, says Pepper. As if you're a big liar, says Carrot. Peeman, Ninjin. You should take Dr. Vegapunk's research more seriously, says Onion. It's starting shortly, so the Marines are taking note. The Twin Capes, and there's Crocus and Laboon. The futuristic island of Baltimore, Vegapunk's hometown. Oh yeah, this is where Frankie got sent. You mean he really was born here? You betcha. He's Baltimore's pride and joy. I almost said Baltimore. Wasn't he responsible for the nightmare of Baltimore? No, that was Frankie. I heard he's turned himself into a ship now. How many years has it been, Vegapunk? Birdie Kingdom, where Chopper studied, in the South Blue. It seems it's about the island where Tanukichi is. And they are the birds. A king of modern science, but his smarts have also been used to make many weapons. Achinose, the pirate island, New World. Oy, oy, oy. Quiet down, you scallywags. That Vega fellow is gonna speak. So what? You crossed me earlier. I ain't letting that slide. Just to listen to some old fossil matey. Can you hear me? Egghead New World. Testing, testing. This is Vegapunk. And then Marcus just crashes. And then Marcus just stamps on the transponder snail. Attention world. An ordinary transponder snail. That means this is no mere hiding place then. You wanted to fool me with a decoy. Curse you, Vegapunk! And then Marcus just flies away. Stella, we made an introduction when we did the signal jacking part. I know that. Fine then, we'll get started. Without further ado, alright, let's hear it already. Who knows what's coming? What's up? A very important man is making an announcement. Just go back to bed, dear. It hasn't stopped yet. Mars, what are you doing? My apologies, that wretched Vegapunk. He was much more cautious than we gave him credit for. There is currently no stopping the broadcast. It's impossible to determine how much he actually knows or what he intends to say. But York told us he wished to carry the torch of the scholars of Ohara. This won't be a repeat of Clover. He means to finish what Ohara started. Oh boy. Vegapunk. Did you hear that? It was a sweet girl crying out. Bonnie-chan needs me. Dude, Sanji. What is the meaning of this, Jury Bonnie? We will not surrender our military might to you. Get back, Bonnie. And then there's Frankie trying to block against Ethan. Out of the way, Frankie, huh? If anyone's gonna pull off an impressive rescue of Bonnie. Boom! Sanji with an. He bounces off his sword and then just hits him right in the chin. Switch in music. We're not gonna cut you slack just because you're senile. This is a pirate's fight, you geezer. Oh, and the horse just catches on fire. And then it bites Sanji right in the middle. Crunch. Sanji! What's that? One of the Ennis Lobby giants. I confess that, says Vegapunk. Oh, it's starting. I've committed 2 grave sins. Oimo and Kashi. Oimo, hold him down. With pleasure, Kashi. Stella, distorted future. What the heck? Is that Juri Bonnie? Give me a giantish future. Back to the broadcast. I believe that I will soon be executed for my transgressions. So this message will be programmed to broadcast the second my heart stops beating. Sabaudi Archipelago. He can't be serious. Wait, does that mean he's already dead? It can't be. He was all over the papers just this morning. They said he's being held hostage by the Straw Hat Pirates. I refuse to accept this, says Caesar. You lying bastard. You can't just die. We just teamed up so we can surpass you. Oh, so Caesar was judge, I remember. And then this big news Morgan says, hey, what's the big idea with this massive broadcast? Is he trying to kill Print Media? Print Media is about dead in real life. Even so, back to the broadcast. I want to make one thing clear, and I pray you understand this. Please do not assume that the ones who struck me down are evil, regardless of who they seem to be. I do not intend to discuss right or wrong here. Gea, leave us alone. Oh, this Saturn. I am not qualified to judge such things, and I do not know nearly enough about him in any case. Vegapunk. Step aside, I have no time to deal with vermin like you. That voice. I see. This is quite an audacious hypothesis. You must be Nico Robin, the woman Akainu let slip through his fingers. That impotent fool. He's one of the 5 elders. What are you talking about? Protect Robin. Oh, dude. Everybody just sprung into action. We'll keep you safe no matter what. Move, you filthy insects! I'm sure what I'm about to say will be hard to accept, says Vegapunk. Some of you may think me a madman or even an idiot. And then back to Marcus. This is futile. There are far too many life forms in the vicinity of the laboratory. I cannot sense any unique telepathic waves. And then back to York. Think. If this keeps up, they won't let me be a celestial dragon. I'm a Vegapunk too, so where would I hide it? That said, says the original Vegapunk, it is still my duty to ensure that everyone is aware of this issue. Perhaps we should consider destroying the power station to stop this, says Marcus. That is out of the question, says Saturn. The nearby marine ships and equipment aren't the only things we stand to lose in the blast. And then Topman says, we would also be sacrificing our one and only means of replicating our success with the Mother Flame. Or that massive weapon that Boss Lady or Boss Man used to destroy an island. I'll cut to the chase. Our world is going to sink into the ocean. What? A confession and a shocking prediction. One Piece chapter 1113. End. Oh boy, things are about to get lit. We shall now continue with One Piece chapter 1114, The Wings of Icarus. I bet you guys all know the story about Icarus. He flew too close to the sun with wax wings, and those wings melted. And now, back to the cover story. Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inra Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 4. And then there's Yamato with Kinemon. And then there's a map showing all the places that Odin went during his travels. And then Kinemon is probably just telling Yamato all that information. I asked that you complete a pilgrimage to Akuma and return this sword to Enma's shrine in the late Yasue's stead. The world is shocked. Navy HQ in the New World. The world's gonna sink into the ocean. Does he realize what he's saying? Dr. Vegapunk. Oh man, there's Akainu just thinking. The town of mockery, Mock Town. Everyone's just laughing. This guy's alright. He's trying to panic everyone and take the world down with him. How the heck is the whole world meant to sink, Mr. Genius? Ha 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 ha. The city of water, Water 7. If he was just talking about this city, I'd believe him in an instant. But the whole world, it would take a lot more than rising tires to do just that. There's Polly, the underground prison impel down. Oh, Doflamingo! This just gets better and better. Isn't it your job to take care of your inmates, Magellan? What are you going to do if the prison gets completely flooded? And then there's Magellan. You have a point. The sudden sea level rise earlier caused havoc with some cells. And that was only 1 meter. How many meters would it take to cover the whole world? Most urban areas would be screwed if water levels just rose by another 5 meters. Man, I need to learn how to do the Doflamingo laugh better. Maybe we should all evacuate. We could always go somewhere high up. Ryugu Kingdom, Fisherman Island. Father, this is Shirahoshi speaking. Is that really going to happen? And then Neptune responds, it sounds so outlandish, Jamon. Egghead, the island of the future. This is crazy talk. But the world's most acclaimed scientist is saying it. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's true. It'll cause massive panic and chaos. Enough with the lies and madness, Vegapunk, says a random marine. Oh, and then there are the five elders. We got Topman, Sanji's dad, Saturn, Ethan, or Gandhi. Quickly eradicate the broadcast snail. No, sniff out every living thing you can sense. We can deal with the ramifications later. There's York. Damn, Stella. Did you really spill the beans on everything? And then back to Vegapunk. Please humor me for a moment as I make a prediction. Assuming my sensor data is accurate, a few days from now, as I record this, an exceptionally vicious earthquake will rock the entire planet. Huh? Oh, Smoothie. Don't tell me he's don't tell me he's talking about today's earthquake. Didn't he die after this recording? Following this calamity, sea levels the world over will rise by 1 meter. A number of islands will become uninhabitable. No way. He actually saw it coming. And then there's some random island that's just destroyed. And naturally, many beaches will also be completely submerged. Oh boy. If this doesn't come to pass, feel free to disregard the rest of this message. Oh, long island. This is freaky. How was he able to call it? And then there's Aokiji. Assuming, however, these events have transpired, then please pay heed to what I have to say. The earthquake I just predicted cannot, strictly speaking, be considered a natural phenomenon. It was probably the goddamn laser that Emu used. Vegapunk, not another word! And then there goes the Straw Hats and Lilith fighting against Saturn. Get out of here! Now back to Vegapunk. I've always natively yearned for peace and prosperity. Oh boy, the fight continues. Begone! And that brought me to what proved to be my first grave sin. Mars, what is the status of the power station? I'm seeing to it now. We must preserve the contents of that room. I'm almost there. Back to Vegapunk. I was fixated on my dream of developing an everlasting energy source, hell bent on driving the world to a bigger and brighter future. Huh? The mother flame, says Saturn. But I flew too close to the sun, hence the Icarus analogy. The mother flame. We have to eradicate all life forms. We must be relentless. Not yet. And then there's Saturn just trying to destroy the machine. I shouldn't get ahead of myself though. It's no use. Oh, there's the Iron Giant just walking through the Marines. Nothing's working. In order to understand. What is it? It doesn't even seem phased. There's Topman running for Luffy and the Giants. Yachi, that's hot. Yeah. We'll be burnt to a crisp if we don't hurry. Now back to Vegapunk. Where the world is heading. We must first address the past, specifically what happened between 900 and 800 years ago, a century long period that most think of as a blank part of history. Oh, this Imu. Oh, there we go. We're in Merijoa. They're also watching the broadcast. Those miserable Marines. What are they doing? Hurry and shut this cretin's mouth. And then back to Vegapunk. Fittingly, it is known as the Void Century, since all information about it has either been erased or lost. And that is true for the most part. But there's one last key to unlocking some scraps and echoes from back then. Death is too good for him, says some random celestial dragon. Bring back his body, I'll tear him limb from limb. The Void Century? What is he talking about? Oh, this Saul. Man, some of these characters need to stay dead. But it's nice to see him. I can't wait for him to meet Robin in Elbath. The poneglyphs, those lonely stones. The poneglyphs, those lonely stones dwelling in various quiet and calm lands all over the globe. The text inscribed on them, once decoded, is our one and only method. Drashishishi, says Saul, Jaguar D. Saul, of glimpsing this unknown past. Orange Town, East Blue. Hey, did you know that way back when 20 kings teamed up to create the world? I wonder if this old timer knows about any of them. Who can say? What do you think, Chocho? Oof. Oh, this is that dog from one of the earlier arcs in One Piece. Despite this, any attempts to decipher the poneglyphs, or Amazon Lily, is considered taboo by the world government, and so I felt compelled to commit my second grave sin. I betrayed the government and studied this forbidden area myself. I was fortunate enough to inherit several documents from a certain group of exceptional archaeologists, and that allowed me to decipher a number of poneglyphs. Zoro-san, Jimmy-san, get your ass over here. I pursued this research as far as possible, and I have no regrets. History is a story after all. Wow, the ground is moving. Strange. Look, the clouds are stretching, says Nami. This must be what Edison was talking about. That's right. With the edge of the clouds further out, we'll be able to leap right into the ocean. Whiz. Your straw hats had better make it. Don't you dare get caught by the government. Ooh. And in truth, I only know a small fragment of this 100-year-old tale. It wouldn't be right to leave you with baseless speculation, so I'll limit myself to the facts as I know them. Enough, Straw Hat, it's pointless. The star of this story was born 900 years ago in a bountiful and advanced kingdom. This next move's gonna work, says Straw Hat Luffy. It is basically an elephant gun against Topman. And just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbath, he too fought with a stretchy and elastic body. They called him Joy Boy. Stop it! You're cracking us up. He was the first man to take to the seas, and the first man to be called a pirate. Joy Boy, the original pirate. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, cheers.